Well, the holiday season is almost here, and so I thought it would be fun to make a folder where you could keep some memories from the season. So we're going to have a couple of little pockets here eventually, and you could put greeting cards that you've received, or photos, or little notes to yourself of memories. That of your enjoyable experiences. So we started off with just a basic manila folder, and I did the folding for you. But the first thing that we're going to do is, and I've also given you a triangle as a template for a Christmas tree. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip the folder over, and we need to put color on the background. So I wanted to make this look like snow, and so we're going to use our bubble wrap, and we're going to start off with a blue. It could be a light blue, it could be whatever color of blue you want. And put some on your paper plate, and we want to use the bubbly side, and make sure you have some paper toweling and your big brush, and we're going to print with this, and we're just going to start sort of randomly doing it all over the back side. I'm going to get it up to the edges. And turn it around some, so we don't have just the same pattern being repeated all the time. You can overlap a little bit. There we go. Might be able to get 2 printings if you have enough paint on it. So this gives us more texture and interest than just painting it a solid blue. Though you can do that if you prefer. If you get too much paint on your hands, you can pause this and go wash your hands off. Need just a little more blue. Okay, we're at our last couple of prints here. Okay, now you want to clean out your brush. Whoops. And get another piece of bubble wrap and some white paint. Pour that out onto your paper plate. Make sure you've got all the blue paint out of your brush. I don't yet. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to put some white over it so that it looks like it's snowing. And this doesn't have to cover completely. It can be kind of random, like the snow's falling through the sky. And when we'll be going back after we do our Christmas tree to do another layer, so. Okay, so that's our background for right now. We're going to use the white again, so we want to set that over off to the side. So let's take a pause. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm sure you will need to as well, and we need to let this dry. Now that your background is dry, we're going to flip it over and put the fold up. We're not going to glue it quite yet, but then we're going to flip it back, and this will be the front. Okay, so it's flip the at the fold, and then turn it over, and this will be where we want to put our Christmas tree. Okay, on the right hand side. Okay, so then you need to put your tree template in the center and take a pencil and go around the triangle. Kept it a simple shape. Okay, and then you want to draw just a simple trunk on the bottom of it. Okay, and then you can use markers if you would like, or crayons. You can use paint if you've got different colors of paint, but I'm going to use just markers. I've got some thick markers here. I've got orange and red and light blue and purple and light green. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to do the dark green first, and I'm going to start a little ways up from the bottom and make the needles of the tree. And they can go over your triangle lines. Okay, and then I've got a lighter green, so I'm going to fill that in. And then I'll go back to the darker green, start up here a little bit. And so we're going to give it the feel of a Christmas tree. And do the same thing all the way up. Now, if you just have one color of green marker, that's fine, no problem. Just put your marks maybe a little bit closer together. And you notice I'm doing just a little bit of a curve on there. And then I'm going to do and have them just overlap just a little bit on our layers. And your layers can get just a little shorter as you're going up the tree. I'm gonna make those sort of going down a little bit too much. Fill some of that in a little bit. And then at the top, you want it all to come from the same spot, right? Very tip top of the tree. There we go. Okay. So now, again, you can use whatever medium you want. I happen to have a brown marker for the trunk of the tree. And I'm going to, doesn't have to be solid because a tree trunk has some texture to it, right? Okay, so you can leave it just as like a tree out in the woods, or you can add some lights to it. And they can just be some random small circles of different colors. And you can use a different color. I've got orange. You can make them as though they're on a string of lights and have rows of the light bulbs close together. I'm just doing randomness tonight. Let's see if I have any other color. Got a light orange. I'm not sure how that's going to show up on it, but not really going to show up. All right. So I do have a couple of lines that I need to clean up there. Now, if you would like, you can put, some lettering on here that says, holiday memories, or, Merry Christmas, or whatever you want to put on it. You can put your name on it. And one of the ways that I like to do, I'm just going to put my name on it, is I do my letters, leave just a little space in between them, and then I put dots at the end of each of the lines. And that kind of makes it look more fun, right? Okay, so I said we were going to go back and do some snow, and we're going to do just a little bit of snow on some of the tree. Okay, so let's get out our big paintbrush again. And we're not going to have quite as much paint on it, and we're going to think about where we want to just press. We can make it much lighter, but we're going to let the tree look like it has some snow on it. Now, if you want to do a little darker and closer together on the ground, you can make your snow on the ground. I'm going to do one more layer, like right down in here. Okay, I like that. Maybe just a hair snow right in there. Okay, so now we need to let this dry again, and because we're going to need to flip it over and do the gluing. So you can use your hair dryer if you want to, or wave it around in the wind, or blow on it, or just come back to it in about 15 minutes. Okay, well, my first take on that, on this step didn't record, so I will just explain to you what I did. This was open, and I put some a bead of glue here and in the center, in between, okay, and then on this side. And then you need to squeeze it and hold it a little bit until it starts sticking. And these are the pockets where you can put your cards and little pieces of paper and pictures and that kind of thing that are important to you. And then you close it up, and that's the finished project. Have a happy holiday season.